The 2026 World Surf League Championship Tour battled the elements and delivered career-defining performances in Tahiti. Erin Brooks' incredible comeback saw the 19-year-old phenom claim her first victory as a full-time CT member. And on the men's side, Hawaiian Seth Moniz finally broke through, capturing a long-awaited CT win.
Let's go.
Now the championship tour hops to another island paradise and the flawless Fijian left-hander, Cloudbreak. Here, raw power and freight train barrels define the arena that demands nothing short of legendary performances. The stage is set. Imagine what's next at the 2026 Fiji Pro presented by Corona Cero.
What a life!
Bula, and good morning and welcome to Absolute Paradise here for the Fiji Pro presented by Corona Cero. This is Dawn Patrol opening sunrise of our waiting period today, August 25th. We have all the way to September 4th, the crowned champs. All boats are activating, heading to the lineup, and wait a second, Aki's here, hanging out with Jack Robinson, getting some little warm-ups done and some small surf we have today. Joel Vaughn getting nice little practice session in this morning, and also the reigning world champ, Molly Picklum. Helmet on, sights on, taking over this event, of course, as she won her world title here last year. Playful conditions here for Luke Thompson. As a rookie, you're still pinching yourself. As a veteran, you're still pinching yourself because you realized, well, you found the greatest place on earth. You're here in Fiji. You know, the road to get here is beautiful. The people welcome you in with songs. You can kind of slow things down a bit, and then Cloudbreak gets your heart racing all over again. How about this scene here on the Momi Marriott host set? Thanks for being with us. Joe Turpel, Jesse Starling, and Flick Palmatier. Jesse, I can't believe this is your first time here. Welcome.
Thank you. It is nice to be on this island. I will throw myself out there on the line. I have been here before. It's for a very different occasion.
What was that?
Schoolies. Just after I graduated high school, came and celebrated with my friends. But now I'm here for a surf comp.
Much different type of trip. Well, welcome. Flick, as we know, this has already turned into, well, a second home for you. How does it feel to be back?
Oh, I'm back in my natural habitat, Joey, and I'm absolutely ecstatic. I absolutely love coming back here to the Marriott. But more than ever, I love that Cloudbreak is the wave that we're here for, because it really is one of the natural wonders of the surfing world. And yeah, the forecast is looking fun, and I can't wait to get into this event.
Well, here we are. Stop 7 was Tahiti. Stop 8 here, the World Surf League Championship Tour here at Fiji, as we take a look where we are in the world. A couple of thousand miles to the west, here in the heart of the South Pacific. And all competitors fly into the main island of Viti Levu in that Nadi International Airport. You can see the Momi Bay Resort here. It's so gorgeous. And then just out to the Mamanuca Islands, you can see Namotu, Tavarua, and a world-class wave called Cloudbreak.
Yeah, it's pretty wild to me that you can hop on a boat and be at such a perfect wave, and I cannot wait to see the world's best take on Cloudy this week. And then, of course, the heart-shaped island. It is so beautiful, just an incredible part of the world. Flick, you've been here more than I have, and I totally understand why you're so in love with this place.
Oh, I mean, Jesse, just wait till you catch your first wave at Cloudbreak. There'll be no turning back. It honestly is one of the best waves in the world for a reason. But yeah, you can see it, Tavarua on screen right there, absolutely stunning in the tower.
Well, we do have to make it official and get the call for the day, being the opening day of the waiting period. Big Bula, and good morning to Vaughn Blakey with Renato Hickel.
Morning, Joey, Bula, Renato. Yeah, we came here for schoolies years ago, haven't left. We're still loving it, mate. A beautiful forecast ahead. Today, a little small. What is the official call for the Fiji Pro?
Official call for today is a sign in
images. The event is off today. We're going to leave the surface to practice, hoping that this new swell will start building after lunchtime. The best thing this morning was 6:30, got a message with a video from Nathan Hedge in a lineup, already letting us know that the swell isn't here yet, which was expected. And for the people that are watching us now, you got an appointment tomorrow morning, same time, because tomorrow the swell will be here, and we're expecting 8 to 10 foot faces for the opening day of competitions, and we're going to have men and women battling out there, and we have 3 good days, right? Tomorrow, 26, 27, and 28, possible running days. Swell drops a little bit on the second day, and then, but it keeps that level between the 5 to 8 foot for the third day of competition. So we're planning to have incredible hits. And the best news of all is that right now on the forecast, the 3 last day of the window are shaping up to an even bigger swell. This swell hasn't formed yet, but that is really good forecast, both for an European model and American model, that we're going to be blessed here and have an amazing event, amazing week here in Fiji.
Fantastic, mate. Yeah, Renato knew as soon as he got that message from Hog and the forward vein wasn't throbbing that it wasn't going to be on today. But there's plenty there for Hoggy and the rest of us to get excited about. Stay tuned, Joe. So official call offer today, but plenty to look forward to.
Good man, Vaughn. Great to see you and Renato this morning. And hey, thanks Nathan Hedge to kind of be an assistant contest director. He's got good value. Obviously a lot of great results for him back in the day, working with a lot of the Aussies in this event. And Renato bringing up some great news about our forecast, brought to you by Surfline, really focusing on 2 targets, you know, starting tomorrow through Friday is that first pulse of swell, and then hanging in there to the closing days of the waiting period for another huge pulse.
Yeah, and it's a really interesting part of the world where we do have to generate swell or a storm from that Tasman Sea, and ideally for it to roll between Australia and New Zealand and then hit Fiji at a perfect southwest swell. It looks like we're going to have a big period for the swell as well. It's going to be really large intervals, which means good waves and potentially deep barrels from the outer ledges here at Cloudy Flick.
Oh yeah, I think, you know, let's look at today first. I mean, obviously you can see why we're off. It's pretty small out there. And then this afternoon, we're starting to see that swell sort of fill in, which is really cool. And really, we're going to have 3 awesome days potentially of competition. I think tomorrow sounds like it's going to be pretty big out there, which is cool. Let's have a look at the next 4 days. So tomorrow, like what Renato said, 8 to 10 foot, pretty solid. And then Thursday, opportunity again, 5 to 8 feet. Friday, once again, that swell's holding in there. Then things go a little bit quiet for a few days. And if you take a look at the long range forecast on Surfline, and you can see that there is that carrot dangling there at the end, those days, 3 days at the end that Renato was talking about with potentially even bigger swells. So lots to mull over and lots to think about.
Gosh, and a lot for the new rookies to take on as they haven't been here before. It's a huge playing field with a lot of different moods that Cloudbreak can bring. That's a win already. Seeing those numbers, those colors from Surfline, thank you very much. As we look at this opening round of competition, we've got some fresh faces in the draw as we go to who's in, who's out. And big congrats goes out to the local Fijians. They're going to have some representation in this event. Teo Denge and also Tea Karub into the main event as wildcards this year, adding Jarvis Earl to the mix, one of the hot Australians that's going to be mixing it up in the opening round of competition as he'll deal with Mateus Hurdy. Also, Jordy still recovering from his hip injury and surgery that he had on his knee, so Matthew McGillivray gets the call up once again. Katie Simmers, we saw her hurt herself in competition in Tahiti as she recovers. We get the call up for Sophie McCulloch, the Australian. Got the message from Renato, got made some quick changes to her plans, and she will be facing off with Erin Brooks in round 1. Remember, contest off, but it's on for Nathan Hedge. He's gonna be ripping up this free surf session. Coming up next on Dawn Patrol, let's relive the WSL finals that we had at Cloudbreak last year.
Cloudbreak for finals is insane. You have to be committed, there's no hesitation.
Willingness to jump into an ocean that is unpredictable, that is fierce, that can be bigger than anything you've ever seen before. And their job is to go out there and not just survive the conditions, but to find a way to win.
to be on the offense here. Throws the fins a couple times on some backhand hangers. Making 3, that was a third critical maneuver, and Colapinto.
Cloudbreak, they have everything on the line in one day at a world-class venue in Paradise.
The surfers of the 90s and 2000s when the floater was just in vogue. Have a look at this, just.
Return just looks lethal, right? I think the board's responding so well underneath her feet.
I don't even know what to say right now. It's just, it's crazy that the whole year gets decided in a heat like that.
Molly, Picklum, Lexus WSL Finals, Fiji, presented by Corona Cero. You are the 2025 Women's World Champion!
Oh my God! I cannot believe it! I cannot believe it! I can't.
History officially made last year. First world champions crowned here in Fiji. Here at Cloudbreak, Molly Picklum can't stop smiling since she arrived once again, and she can't help but relive those moments on the best day of her career. She's already warming up and prepared to do something special this week at Cloudbreak. Joe Turpel, Jesse Starling, Flick Palmatier here on Dawn Patrol once again. Off for the day, but a lot to look forward to in this waiting period. As we relive those finals, let's call up the gentlemen on Tabarua Island again, Strider Wasilewski and Vaughn Blakey. It was such an impactful world title showdown in that WSL Finals format, one day deciding it all. And Strider, you always have the best seat in the house for these big world title moments, you know, focusing on what you saw from Yago Dora, who arrived in Fiji chasing a dream and left with a world title. Did it with conviction. What really impressed you about Yago Dora last year?
I think, you know, just his headset, where he was at mentally, where he knew he needed to be, and there wasn't never a doubt for him. Like just watching his program, and you know, the waves, they picked up all day and it all just ramped up, and he had to think about different boards and this and that, but just really in the end, none of it crept into his head. He rode the same board that he grabbed that morning. He actually went out there and just absolutely destroyed every bit of water that he saw and was nailing these end sections. Everything about him looked like confidence and a world champion. And in his mind, there was never a doubt. After the event, I said, was there ever a doubt? He said, never a doubt. And to have that kind of confidence waking up in the morning in the villa over there in Tabarua and just coming away with the win, pure joy and ecstasy, and that man deserved that world title all the way. It was a beautiful thing to watch.
It really was, Strider. Dealing with a warmed-up Griffin Colapinto. We knew he was coming in hot, and Yago coming back to Cloudbreak with great feelings. Vaughn, on the other side for Molly Picklum, you know, she wanted to prove that she belonged among the list of the greatest names of the sport. What did you witness from the Australian at Cloudbreak last year?
Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Joey. Destiny was calling Molly's name, but it was a bit of a slow start to the year. It was right until halfway where she got her first win in Brazil, backed that up with another win in Chopes to come into the WSL Finals as the #1 seed. But it didn't all go her way from the start. Carolyn Marks was on a heater, and actually Molly lost the first of the best of 3 encounters, but that just clicked her into gear. And as soon as she found her rhythm out here, she played to her strengths. She started finding those backside barrels on this razor-sharp Cloudbreak reef. And as soon as she started exiting, she started going to the turns, threw it up and over, and this is where things really began to click, everything falling into place, and a magic moment for the little Central Coast grit merchant. Scenes that she will remember forever, and you know that she's coming back to Cloudbreak with fond, fond memories.
Thank you so much, Vaughn. Wow, what a great look back. Thank you, gentlemen, for that great flashback of last season. Molly comes into this event as a 4 seed, Yago #3, both in a great position at this part of the season. Coming up next on Dawn Patrol, let's really hype up this Erin Brooks attack. She's back on top, taking a huge win in Tahiti. To 2024, a 17-year-old representing Canada got the call up into the main event as a wild card. Opening round didn't go to plan. She got a wave at a 3-point range, but everything changed after that. knocked out Gabriela Bryan's dream of being in the Final 5 with a huge upset in the ER. She had the GOAT catting her, and things just got better. Taking out a world champ named Katie Simmers in the quarters, future world champ Molly Picklum in the semifinals. I met up with one of the best barrel riders in the world, Tatiana Weston-Webb, Erin Brooks, creating history for Canada, getting their first CT win, and also opened up the narrative big time as a surfer that could potentially win a world title in their rookie season on tour. Thanks for being with us here on the Momi Bay host set. Joe Turpel, Jesse Starling, Flick Palmatier. As we know, Jesse, for Erin Brooks, she came in with all that hype blazing, but it wasn't as easy as we thought it was going to be for her in that first season.
Yeah, she really was the talk of the town. I mean, she was this young prodigy that was coming through, and then she gets her first wild card onto a championship tour event, and she wins. So then when she qualifies, we thought, okay, here's a rookie that could maybe be a world champion in her rookie year, but let's be real, she made the cut by the skin of her teeth. She came in at 10th to compete in the full season last year. And then this year, it definitely wasn't just the full steam ahead that we were expecting from Erin. She struggled throughout the first half of the season, but you guys were in Tahiti, and it finally felt like, oh, here's a big sigh of relief. Erin Brooks has refound herself now.
Oh, totally. I think we can officially say the monkey has been shaken off Erin Brooks' back, because we all know what she's capable of barreling tubing waves. We saw what happened in Fiji as a wild card. And then, yeah, what happened at Chokes just the other week. Literally, I'm still processing what happened. It was absolutely incredible. She didn't have an easy draw. On her way through to the final, she took down Carissa Moore. Followed by that, she matched up against Molly Picklum, one of the best to ever do it out there on her backhand. She absolutely backed it up then. She had a really hard match. One of her best mates on tour, Isabella Nichols, who she looks up to as a big sister. So that was a really emotional win, that one. And then matched up against Anat Lelior, who really, credit where credit's due, put Erin Brooks into a 16-point total combo, and Erin had to fight her way back. Probably one of the best comebacks we've seen on the World Tour for a long time. And I just feel like the expectation, the pressure is officially gone. She's going to be continuing with this momentum here into Fiji.
Sensational breakthrough win for Erin Brooks. Her first win full-time on the tour, and now 2 total. And you think about Fiji as a wild card as we open up the top 10 picture. Gabby Bryan comes to Cloudbreak, still world #1.
Yeah, she's kind of running her own race up the top there. There is a bit of distance between her and Carissa Moore, but a name that I am loving seeing this top 10 is Nadia Aristabe. Just want to think back to last year. She struggled so much as an injury replacement, but now she's in a rookie season and she's #9 in the world. It's pretty cool.
Huge. Leading the Rookie of the Year race. Great barrel rider, unbelievable backhand, showing the world she's got everything she needs to succeed here on the CT. You know, not on this page, though, is Erin Brooks. Erin did, with the win, move from 18th in the world all the way to 11th in the world, and she'll be very dangerous coming into an event that she's won before. If you haven't set up your fantasy teams yet, remember, you have all day to do it. We are off today. Once the contest starts, you're locked in, so pick your fantasy team. Erin Brooks, by the way, is in Tier B. I've got her on my team. And I've got her as my power pick, so you get double points if you choose your power surfer. Erin Brooks will be a popular choice sitting in that Tier B. Best of luck. More to come on Dawn Patrol. We've had some really fun winners this year, some new surprises. We'll break that down coming up next. Hi, everybody. Bula. Great to see you all. Great to have our company here on the opening day of the waiting period. It's been called off. It's still magic, gorgeous, hanging out in paradise. We talked about fantasy, but you could also play the bracket challenge. It doesn't even matter if it's your first time playing all year. Jump on now, worldsurfleague.com. You go through each and every heat, starting from round 1 to the final, and then you can see who might end up taking the trophy at the end of the waiting period. It actually helps you set up your fantasy teams as well. Play now, challenge us in the Battle of the Booth Clubhouse, and best of luck to see if you can be a part of this all. It's hard to pick, you know, who's going to win events, especially this year when you have people showing up for the first time and getting their first CT wins. And Jesse, when we get on the podium with those new winners, it's just pure emotion, and it's fun to be a part of.
It's been so fun to be a part of. I didn't see some of these winners coming this year. I mean, it just has been one of those years where it feels like everyone's starting to get those breakthrough performances. The title is starting to span across new names, and that's exciting for the storyline in surfing.
Let's go back to your hometown, Flick, Margaret River. That was the stage set for a man named George Pitar, who was able to beat Gabriel Medina in a very exciting final.
Oh, and Gabe's one of the best to ever do it out there. He's won previously. George has had a bit of an emotional roller coaster at Margs. A few years ago, wildcard, made the semi-finals. The following year, fell off tour there with the cut. So then to come back and then get the win for the Australians, you can say that he was pretty pumped with that one. And, you know, fresher face on tour to get the win sends the message to inspire others as well.
And then it kept going for Leo Fioravanti. All the hard work, finally got his first victory.
10 years in the making this win was. I cannot believe that Leo fought so hard and so long for a win, and it felt weird that he hadn't had one prior, but he was just a gear above. I mean, so class, so in form over here in Punta Roca, and he talks to how hard it is to get a win. It was a very emotional victory for Leo, but he also wore the yellow jersey not long after this, so it was full steam ahead for him.
We didn't stop there. Came off an emotional victory for Hawaii's Seth Moniz at Tahiti.
We know how good Seth is in the barrel. I mean, the last final we saw him in, though, 2022, I believe, with Kelly Slater. He ended up with the second place there, but this time he got the job done. He had arguably one of the toughest draws. Emio, Yago, Bryan, Al, Italo, and then Griff in the final. So amazing role there, right?
And this just speaks to the depth of the tour now. We've got 17 members of the top 34 that have won a championship tour event. Now we focus on the top 10. As we saw Leo, he did have the yellow jersey into Tahiti, but Jesse's already had to pass it back to Italo Ferreira moving forward.
Yeah, after that first round knockout and Italo going on that run, now he's got almost 5,000 points separating him from Leo. But the big storyline for me in this top 10 is how dominant the Brazilians are. They take up 50% of the top 10, and they have had that consistently throughout the entirety of the year. So they are going to be a real threat as we start to push towards the finish line and world title conversations.
Some huge names on that list. Gabe Medina upset by the GOAT early in round 2 in Tahiti. That never happens, losing with a 16-plus total. Look for him to really strike big time when he gets that jersey on here at Cloudbreak. But it all does start in round 1. We have 4 awkward heats at times that you just don't want to be a part of. And if you are, it probably means that you're struggling to make the cut, which is in the top 22 in the world. When you look at all the names that have dealt with it, you know, we got Luke Thompson with perfect attendance in this opening round, but also has been unbelievably effective with getting wins, winning 5 times and only 2 losses this season.
It is incredible for someone like Luke, who is a rookie on tour. He's having to surf in this new format, and he's made do with it. He's figured out this round 1 playing field for him, but then struggles in that second round. It is just so stacked, and you got to think, if you win one of these opening rounds, you're versing either 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the world. So you're going to a massive target in that round 2. So Lukey's struggling to get past there still.
It's tough, yeah. 0 for 5 in the round 2 for Luke Thompson, but it is a round that you can really change your career, like we saw with Seth Moniz to the last event, Flick. He was the first surfer this year to start in round 1 and win the event.
Which is cool, because I feel like it just sends a message too that it is possible. It just takes one person to have that breakthrough moment, and then, you know, it's inspirational for the rest of the crew that are in that really awkward round, you know. And yeah, I think, yes, Seth did an incredible thing. It is incredibly hard. We've had surfers break out of that. We had Morgan, he's broken out of that. Liam O'Brien, he's also managed to break out of that. I mean, Liam O'Brien sitting inside the top 10, which is incredible.
What a great name to bring up. A guy that's kind of quietly moved in the top 10, that had to drift into round 1, but he's helping his career by making it out into the round of 16 and beyond. For Liam, he should be a quiet favorite in this event to maybe add himself to the list as a new winner this year.
Let's just put it this way. He's in my fantasy league for this event. just gonna put that on the table really quickly.
There we go. Little tips to set up your fantasy teams and your bracket challenge. Once again, we are off for the day here on opening day of the waiting period, but as we heard from Renato and Surfline, tomorrow is looking incredible for a great day at Cloudbreak with clean winds and pumping surf that'll be building for the next few days. So check out worldsurfleague.com for all the highlights coming here from Fiji and Cloudbreak, and set up your teams and look at the heat draw. Can't wait to get things started. We'll say so long here from the Momi Bay Marriott Resort. We hope you are finding your own paradise wherever you might be watching. We will see you tomorrow.